Wiring up used to be fun for me. Well, not always. Certainly not now, but I used to be good at it. Medical systems and robotics and automation stuff in the factory floor, in the hospital. Had to be careful, had to be cautious, had to be neat, had to be legible, had to be logical and safe and blah, blah, blah. Well, these model trains can make you nuts. Just all kinds of weird shapes you have to deal with, limitations to how you can assemble and test the routing, and all that. This thing is put together. I'm hoping I have a better idea someday, but I don't today. It is 11 and a half pounds in a 10-pound bag is what it amounts to. You can see that side is bulging just a shade. We'll have to paint that white spot black so no one sees it. Any rate, I think I could use thinner wire is one thing, and still have the right amp ratings, but boy, sometimes you just overdo it and you're not sure why. Any rate, I'm trying to trick this thing, and we're going to see what we can do. I've got all the connections. I've ran the tests. You saw it running. I know which wires need to go where, and now I'm ready to finalize the cuts and final soldering joints. But, I just want to make sure, take it easy, look at how much I have left, make sure I leave enough service loop, if you will, little play and things. Not too much, because that gets crowded in a hurry. But if I just have to snake this one across the top here, that'll be just fine. Plenty of room to do that. My idea is I'm going to bring it right up the center, and what I'm going to try to do is I had to open the sides of this, or the lower half at any rate, because these tabs need to go somewhere. They can't go up. As you can see, there's an internal thing there. And the reason I wanted that step was if we have an engineer in a cab, he's going to need a little headroom, and he's going to sit in there. I have a thin Dennis, skinny Dennis engineer from Cat's Paws. Those ladies are so funny. Skinny, I'm not. We know that. But in any case, we got a skinny engineer. We can fit him in there. But then what happens when you start giving room here, you take it away from in here. And you can see I've already done some banging and grinding up here to get that edge down, so there's room for these connectors. These connectors are a little more sticky outy than the typical can motor, but that's just what I like about this old motor. I just love this old motor. We put my DC permanent magnet fields on one of these motors, and it just makes it nice. Copper screws so I don't pull from the magnets, and this thing should fit. It should fit, and the little tang there will kind of go to keep that tucked in, and then this is all part of the shell, the engine shell that goes on top. So I'm going to have to kind of trust my judgment on if I can pull this in or out. If I need to, what can I do about it so that it doesn't stick out too much? This is going to bolt up to the bottom of the firebox. There's a tow bar there, drawbar. So this is going to have to go off to one side, or I may split the wires and take it down the middle. I don't know. We'll see what I have room and space for. But then he has to come up here, and then he's going to have to go up. So I'm thinking if I keep this loop and this has to get shorter, you see what I can do? I can tuck it under like that, and I think that will give us what we need to keep this snug up there, but not look too gaudy or in the way, and I think we'll be okay if I can get that off the mat. So I'm running late. It's 25 after. I'm not going to be able to tidy up all of the wiring. I did a final run through with the settings. I'm feeling really confident with the motor control, the smoke control, and the chuff trigger, the firebox. I didn't do the headlight, but I know how to do the headlight. And I'm going to wire it on top here, not down here, because I'm getting nervous about cramming too much into that firebox. I'm going to do the wiring up here. I'm just going to run the wire up nice and smooth, slick. Keep it tight with those tie wraps down there, and orientated so it goes up in between. Okay, that's what the game plan is. We'll see how it turns out. I'll send another one out when I get this wired up tomorrow sometime, and we'll see how it turns out. Fingers crossed it works well, and I can get it back to Leon, and he can do his magic with his own paint job he has in mind. Okay, that's it for the day. Talk to you later. Bye.